And you.
Hey guys, Amy here, live from my classroom. I recorded a video on Monday with my students, and I was like, live from Miss Radio's kitchen, and then I was like, there weren't enough syllables in this, and I like tried to record it again, like and figure out different syllables like to add into, a la like Saturday Night Live, and then it like failed miserably. And my kids didn't find it as funny as I did. So like there's just a video of me like I'm so funny. And then the kids were not as amused with it as I was. But I amuse myself way more in the classroom, so I think that they're used to it at this point. So here we are, distance learning. For those of you that are in Denver, we are on week 2. Some of you are well into it. Some of you are on spring break right now. It's kind of all over the place. And so I actually have started to see like the real talk Facebook posts where parents are seeing what it's like to not only teach their kids, but to see the adult teaching their kids. Where their parents are now seeing how the teacher talks to their kiddo and like the tone and how they're silly or they're funny or they're very very serious and very dry, and so parents are starting to see and they're posting on Facebook what they're seeing in their kids learning. And I first and foremost like want to tell you that that is valid. However you are feeling right now about your child's learning experience right now is valid. Like this is the same teacher that you either loved in pre pandemic epidemic times or disapproved of pre epidemic times. Like this is the same human. They are trying to figure it out, and you're getting a better vision of maybe why your child is so excited to go to school every day or not as excited to go to school every day. And so I'm going to give you one piece of advice as a teacher, and it is to reach out to your child's teacher. No matter where you're at with your kiddo, if things are going really, really well, reach out to your kid's teacher. If things are not going well, and the Facebook posts that I've seen, they're expressing how things are not going well, and that is okay. I just want you to know that like it's okay that it's not going well. And so like start with stating the facts. Like today my child struggled with this. We decided as a family that the best course of action was this. It doesn't have to be like this long diatribe of like what was happening and why, like just state the facts. Like my kid broke down while they were doing their math, and we decided that we were going to watch Frozen instead of do math. Cool. I'm not going to say good teachers, bad teachers, great. I'm not going to put an adjective in front of teachers. But a teacher is going to read that, and they're going to reach out and they're going to ask some clarifying questions. Because we are trained to make split-second decisions. In a normal day, I stand outside of my classroom during passing period, and hello so-and-so, hello so-and-so, hello so-and-so, like, because it's a weird thing that sometimes kids don't hear their own name in the classroom. And so I like personally make sure that I say every child's name as they walk by my door, because I might be the only person who says their name like in the day. But like I'm also listening. Oh, there's raised voices over there. So I've got to run over there to see what's happening. It's in a split-second decision. Like the kid who was all of a sudden engaged in my conversation, in my lecture, all of a sudden starts looking to the left. Like I'm mid-lecture and I can see what's going on and be like, I need to address that, right? And I'm going to make that decision to go and address that. These are things that I do in the classroom naturally. These are things like, and I say that I'm trained to, no one taught me how to do this in teacher school. Like, what taught me was being in education and having been an educator for the last 12 years. So like, I know how to do that in a classroom. Behavior, whether it is verbal or nonverbal, is a form of communication. And I know that by looking in my room. Teachers know what's going on by looking in a room. I don't know what's going on at home. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if this kid was happy one second and sad the next. I don't know if there's yelling and screaming over here and I need to put out a fight. I don't know what's happening at home. And so I can't fix, I can't adapt, I can't do as a teacher if I don't know what's going on. And like I said, you just have to state the facts. Like, my kid was frustrated with X. My kid was happy with Y. Like, and just giving us feedback as teachers allows us to, like, recreate what it is that we're doing to help you guys with distance learning. Like, I'm a teacher in Denver Public Schools, and we have this evaluation tool that is called LEAP, leading effective something practice. I don't know what LEAP stands for. I don't know. There are indicators, there's this, there's that, and there's one, I5, checks for understanding of the content language objective. There's fancy education talk in there. I check for understanding of whether my kids are okay in the classroom or not, right? And that's like something that I'm graded on as a teacher. I am not getting graded on distance learning, so guess what? You're not getting graded on what's happening in distance learning either. So like, let's just throw that out and know that we are doing this to help our kids. But like, it like in the teacher manual, and I actually have to like read what it says in the teacher manual, but it says incidents of teacher adjusting instruction based on students' responses. So I get evaluated on whether I do that in a classroom. I5 is the verbiage, and it's like it's one of the big ones that they look for us when we're teaching. But the thing is, I don't know how to do that in an online setting. I have 8 kids who show up for office hours every single day. They don't show up for office hours for my lesson. They show up to my office hours for social emotional. And today, one of them said, "Ms. Trujillo, I know you normally teach from 1:30 to 2:30. Can you teach at 1:05 today?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I called the kid Miska, Mauska, Muska. Miska, Mauska, Muska. Those of you that Mickey Mouse play, can you tell what kind of teacher I am? I teach middle school. And and I was like, "Yeah, sure, Miska." And then he was like, "And then I'm gonna get off and go do other things." And I was like, "All right, cool." That was in the moment. What did this child need? How could I help them? And that's what I'm gonna do. And then for the rest of the time, we just hung out. The kids showed me vines, and they showed me, I don't even know what half of the stuff was. And then I was like, "Guys, I'm watching TikTok right now. Have you seen this?" And then like, I would show them my phone. I'm like, "Do you see this on TikTok? This is ridiculous. This is what people do." And I'm seeing in my kids, like, that's what they need, because they've communicated that to me. And because they've communicated, I can make these split-second decisions of meeting my students' educational needs. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here for lessons. This is for what students have expressed they need from me. Like, I probably would have done this stuff anyways, but like, I can fix the problems that I have. So if you're frustrated, if your kiddo is frustrated, I cannot ask you enough to go and talk to your kid's teacher. I almost sometimes tell this to my students, like when their heads are down and that they are feeling defeated about something, and I'm like, I can't fix what problems I don't know are happening. And I understand that you might not trust me to fix it, but like, I can't fix what I don't know is wrong. So, like, if it's becoming frustrated, to win at distance learning, you got to communicate with us as teachers. Like, it's not failing. It's not you're doing something wrong. It's you're actually winning at distance learning when you're talking to your kid's teacher, because this is what we've been trained to do. I have not been trained to do this. Okay, I am braless right now with dirty hair. I have not showered since probably Monday. Like, I don't know what to do with my life, because this is what I'm used to doing, of this, and being, I keep on like moving my arms this way as if there are students in front of me, because that's what I was trained to do and to be, not being at home in my apartment with my dirty little body. I'm very self-conscious about it right now. I should probably go shower, and I probably will. But my last thing is, as parents, I need you to be the eyes and ears for our kiddos. Is your kiddo frustrated? Are they happily plugging along? Are they done within the hour? Let me know. State the facts. I'm not going to take it personal, and neither are your kids' teachers. We're not taking it personal when you reach out to tell us what's working and what's not working. We're not taking it personal. And if we are, we're not going to express it to you, so pretend it didn't happen. Because a problem that is not brought up doesn't need to be addressed, right? I have not mastered teaching through distance learning, and you are helping me when you reach out to me to let me know how to better help your kiddo. And I know that I'm helping you, because I can redesign things. I mean, guys, I recorded a video from like 6 to 6:20 today. Like I said, I didn't shower, and I haven't showered. I ordered pizza so I didn't cook, which means I didn't have dishes to clean. So I watched a lot of Sopranos today, and I answered a lot of emails from kiddos. I didn't have any parent emails today. I might have some tomorrow, because I'm going to sum up what this week has been like for our students. So if there's more that I can do for your kiddo, and in that I'm gonna check my privilege right there. That is my privilege, because I do not have other children at home. I don't have other responsibilities outside of this, and maybe that's not the case for your kiddo's teacher, but I think that your kid's teacher probably wants to know what's working and what's not working, because we're not there to adjust in the moment. That's what I got. MK, want to jump on, say anything more? I know her kiddos are in her, or with her. Mike, turn on your mic.
Well, we can. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, I'm sitting here with two kids next to me right now, so I might not be able to finish a complete sentence. But yeah, no, I think that's fantastic. And I know that as soon as my kids started having, I know this is hard on everybody. I'm the only person in my family who isn't like a proper teacher. So I'm like the black sheep and a real disappointment. And I am really hesitant to reach out to teachers unless something is so wrong because I don't want to be the problem parent. I know what a problem parent looks like. And I know there's a spectrum. And I know that when I say, hey, I need some help, that I'm not being the problem, but I'm so like, when I reach out, it's only when I'm like beyond sure. And even then I know that whatever's frustrating me is probably frustrating the teacher even more. And the first time we had to do it was yesterday about iReady. And then when I put it on Facebook, it was only after it had been cleared to the teachers, because they were like, the district needs to know this. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, I will share. I got no problem. So that, but I didn't realize that how many decisions are out of the teacher's own control. Although I hear it, it's another thing entirely to know it. I also don't know what happens at teacher school. So the part that you communicated to me, like, if I can't read the room, I can't do my job, made me think of Oprah, because that was a podcast that with her that I listened to a couple of days ago, where she said once they took away her live studio audience, it was really hard. That's why she thinks OWN is not a bigger success. She's like, I could do my thing when I'm reading the room, and when I'm just making it and putting it out there, I don't hear the reaction until it's already failed. And I thought that was really interesting. So all we have to do is get through realistically the next 6 weeks, and then they'll have the whole summer to recalibrate if we can't be in the same room together in the fall. But I know that we don't need to talk about that yet. Thank you, Amy. You're amazing. This is hard for everyone, but the best thing people can do is tell you specifically what's working, what isn't, and what's hard. There's no judgment on us for having a bad day. We're going to try not to judge you guys either and just say, hey, we're going to start from a place of understanding that this is all something you did not choose either. And the more data points that they can give you, the better it is for everyone, right?
For sure. Just talk to us. And because we're going to elevate the things that we can elevate, we are going to tell you, hey, that wasn't my decision. I need you to tell this person. I agree wholeheartedly with you. Can you tell this person? Because they are not going to listen to me.
Perfect. Yeah. There you go. Speak your mind, speak up, speak out. You're coached, you're loved. And if you care at all and asking these questions on any level, odds are pretty good. You've been winning at distance learning all along.